Object ball starts off here on the spot of the middle diamond. Bring the cue ball over to the middle diamond. We're going to work right down the line here, moving up a diamond each time. One ball in the upper left-hand corner, staying there, then the two ball in the upper right-hand corner. We're going to use the same 0 to 0 reference point or starting point. I like to look at this contact point and then look at the 0, physically see how far it is. That helps me mentally feel how far it is on my cue ball. There, there. Try to fall as straight as you can, center of the cue ball. Get that 0. Now you have to feel how much you're going to adjust, where that contact point is. Then you have to commit. The commitment is very, very crucial. If you start steering these balls, we're not going to know if you were aiming right. And even worse, if you make it when you're steering it, you're not going to know how to repeat it because the timing was incredible. Lucky. 0 to 0. Feel the front of the cue ball and look at the object ball. Then commit. You are definitely going to hit these points, and sometimes you're going to scratch. We're not worried about that. It'll help you in a game situation. You'll know there's a definite possibility of a scratch there. Look at it. Improve your perception. These objects are round. Get in touch with the equator, the roundness of the ball. 0 to 0. The contact points. Feel. Improve your perception. Commitment. Commitment. You'll feel really good when you commit to these shots. It's going to give you a much more solid and confident feeling. Here's my spot. My system is a little bit more than a number 2. 0 to 0. Concrete starting point. We know what we're feeling on the cue ball. Then a little bit of adjustment. Now I don't want to tell you any particular way to miss these shots, but I really want you to favor the full side of the pocket. Start getting out here, the brain starts playing tricks on you, it starts thinking about the right side. Look, I'm moving way over. Starts thinking about the right side of the object ball and the left side of the cue ball. Contact points are still towards the front of the ball. Think of that. Keep the contact point up front as much as possible. 0 0, then your feel, then your commitment. Sometimes you get a 2-rail scratch there. Can't stand that. But these shots, I like to hit them, keep them solid. I don't like to roll them. When you get a little collision-induced throw, God forbid it skids on you, full skid. If you roll it and they stick together, I like to hit it pretty solid. 0. Give me a second, I lost that one. All right. All right. Took me all that time to get to 0 to 0. Now I got to feel the adjustment. I'm telling you right now, your brain's going to want to over-adjust. It's the same. Your stick is going to be angled about the same amount as it was on the one ball as it is right now. Right there. And look, it appears I'm way over here, but trust me, from here, this spot on the object ball to this 0 spot is not that much. So keep your focus up there, not over here on the sides of the ball. Let me take a look. Quick look, quick peek. All right. 0 to 0. Wait till you have it. Take your strokes. Then you can adjust a little bit. Feel the spot. Stay straight. Stay straight. Yeah, there's a nice 2-rail scratch. Now that one, you gotta know the scratch is there. Alright. And if you come with these shots in a game, you're just gonna feel really good because you know what you're doing. You're not guessing and hoping. You are approaching the shot properly, knowing the answers, and then committing. Got that? Stay there. I see it. I was starting to see it, really. Ooh, that's right. I was starting to see that line, that connection. It's much easier, if you're practicing by yourself and when you're talking. But, I'm really trying to focus the best I can for you. That's why, I know all my students say, Joe, it's a 4.5, 4.5. Yeah, it's a 4.5. Normally I just look at that, and in my system, 0 and 9, the 4.5 is right in between those. So I teach focus on that spot. Okay? But on these shots, you can go 0, 0, and then feel it also. Blend as much information that works for you. Just don't be ignorant and don't learn things. All right. Stay straight. There's no scratch on that shot. Now some of you are going to miss some. I hate to say too thin and too full. Full on one side, thin on the other side. That's your opportunity to improve your perception. Learn. And it's how your eyes are looking at it, how they're making your brain picture the spots. Or think about it. 0, 0 is pretty concrete. We can all agree on that. And it relaxes your mind a little bit. And boom, that minor adjustment. Stay straight. At least we didn't go the wrong to the evil side. Yeah, there is a scratch if you hit it too full. Not really. Take a peek. I have the tendency, I just want to go here all the time. That's how I aimed it for the last few years. 0, 0 gives you a little confidence. Then the adjustment, minor, 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 minor. Then the commitment. Oh boy, the evil one. A couple of things I forgot to tell you about shooting off the rail. Because I like to keep my eyes here when I pull the trigger. Not all the time, but when I'm shooting over a ball. All right, let me get the 0, 0 and get the shot out of the way. Now I got, all right, 2 contact points. I can even close my eyes, I think. Maybe a little full. Okay, but once you get there, I keep my eyes, when I'm going to pull the trigger, I like to look at the cue ball last, especially if I have to stay straight through a shot. Not all the time when I'm shooting off the rail, but if I'm shooting over a ball, I like to stare at the cue ball and do that. And the other thing, when you're shooting off the rail, I learned from Pat Fleming, is if you get a real loose grip, you won't be able to do this, but if you take this part of your hand, this V, and apply a little downward pressure on this as you come through, it'll do 2 things. It'll keep you from coming up a lot, it'll keep you from miscuing, but it'll give you a solid hit when you get that pressure back there. You're pushing down at your cue ball. Boom. All right. That's the workout. That's the shots. I'll come back in 1 minute and give you a few, I'm just going to repeat probably what I've been trying to pound into your head the whole thing anyways. but I should have a little closing statement, so I'll be right back.